Now we will talk about the RNA, that is a ribose nucleic acid. It is a polymer of ribonucleotides. It is linked together by phosphodiester linkage. It was the first genetic material detected by Carl Woese, and he speculated that the earliest forms of life relied upon RNA both for genetic information and to catalyze the biochemical reactions. So then later on, Thomas R. says he got a Nobel Prize for his studies, and he said that tetrahymena thermophilia he discovered, and he found that it had an unprocessed RNA molecule which could splice itself. And he became the first to show that RNA has catalytic functions, usually single-stranded and helical in structure, and sometimes it is double-stranded in some virus. The RNA exists in several different single-stranded structures and which are involved in protein synthesis. It acts as a genetic material in some virus. It is many types: messenger RNA, adapter RNA, structural RNA, and sometimes catalytic molecule also. It has several thousand nucleotides in its length. The main difference between an RNA and a DNA is that the RNA is single-stranded and the DNA is double-stranded. In the RNA, the nucleotides are cytosine, guanine, adenine. The nitrogen bases are cytosine, guanine, adenine, and uracil. Whereas in the DNA, it is the cytosine, guanine, adenine, and thymine instead of uracil. And another thing is that, as the name indicates, ribose nucleic acid is RNA and deoxyribose nucleic acid is a DNA which contains one oxygen less in the second prime or the second carbon. The RNA structure, it contains the three main components: phosphate group, the sugar, and the nitrogen base. The nitrogen base again is divided into two groups, purine and pyrimidines. The purines are adenine and guanine, and the pyrimidines are cytosine and uracil. Then the RNA structure, the nucleotide is in this way, that in its second carbon there is an OH group, whereas in the deoxyribose there was only an H group. So the base pairs are adenine, guanine, cytosine or uracil, and again at the fifth prime the carbon is attached with the phosphate through a phosphodiester bond. Talking about the adenine, it is the adenine double ring, and when it joins with the sugar it forms adenosine. When it joins with the when this adenosine joins with the phosphate, adenosine monophosphate, diphosphate, and triphosphate. At the 5 prime is the phosphate diester bond. This covalent bond, then two nucleotides of the RNA are joined at the 3rd prime carbon. It is joined with the phosphate of the next nucleotide or at the 5th prime carbon. So that is again by the phosphodiester bonds. So these nucleotides are arranged parallel on the RNA chain. So the backbone forms a phosphate and the ribose sugar, as we had read about DNA. Then the hydrogen bonding is there between adenine and uracil. There are 2 hydrogen bonds. Between guanine and cytosine there are 3 hydrogen bonds. Then the DNA double-stranded RNA structure. dsRNA means double-stranded RNA structure. It can be formed. How does it form? When the RNA folds back, it forms a double-stranded structure. So when it folds, it forms a stem and a loop is formed. Here you can see in the first figure, bulge loop, a loop is formed, and in the last figure you can see a stem and a loop is formed like a pin. So these are the various structures when the RNA folds itself. So then the types of RNA: messenger RNA, transfer RNA, and ribosomal RNAs. The others are small nuclear RNA, microRNA, small interfering RNA, and heterogeneous nuclear RNA. So we will read about them one by one. The messenger RNAs are those which carry information in the gene for the protein synthesis. So from the nucleus to the cytoplasm, that is to the ribosomes in the cytoplasm. The structure of the mRNA, we will read about it. It contains a cap at one end, and this cap is found at the 5th prime carbon, and the tail is found at the 3rd prime carbon. This tail is formed of a chain of adenines. So it is A in this way, you can see here. And then after the cap is the start codon. This start codon is always AUG, and then towards the tail is the stop codon. This stop codon is any of the 3 nucleotides, any of the 3 base pairs codes. So in between this green colored are the structural genes which have genes for the which code for the proteins which help in protein synthesis. Then The heterogeneous nuclear RNA is a precursor RNA. That means soon after when the DNA replicates and forms the RNA, the first RNA that is formed is the heterogeneous nuclear RNA, hnRNA. This is the immediate product of gene transcription. This undergoes splicing, and after splicing the exons and the exons and the introns are separated, and due to that only the exons join together once again, and that process in which exons and introns are separated, that is splicing. So they join once again and they form the mRNA. In this mRNA, the cap and the tail joins, and then the structural genes are transferred out from the nucleus into the cytoplasm towards the ribosomes. So talking about the transfer RNA are the smallest of the three major types of RNA. They have 74 to 95 nucleotide residues. They transfer the amino acids from cytoplasm to the protein synthesizing machinery, hence their name. So they transfer amino acids from cytoplasm to protein synthesizing machinery, where the protein is being synthesized, that is ribosomes. So they are called adapter molecules. There are at least 20 species of tRNA, and the tRNA is the only RNA species that contains nucleoside thiamine. It is the thymidine, Then the structure of the tRNA. Each single strand of tRNA shows extensive internal base pairing and acquires a clever shape. So there is a base pairing. So it is the smallest RNA, and it contains 5 main arms or loops, which are as follows. It dissolves in 1M NaCl. It is also single-stranded, but due to formation of bonds between the nitrogen base of the same strands, it has the shape of club. Now, on the third prime is a ACC, always this one here. This one is a fifth prime position. This is the fifth prime position, and this is the third prime position. At the third prime position, you will find ACC always. Here there is ACC, and at the fifth prime you will find here ACC, and at the always here OH is free. That is, here you can see the OH is free, and it is a functional group. Here amino acid will bind, so it is the amino acid binding site. This one, the third prime, is the amino acid binding site. Lowermost arm is called the anticodon arm. The lowermost arm, it is the anticodon loop. Here, because it has an anticode, here UAC, UA and C you can see. This UAC is anticode of AUG of mRNA. mRNA's AUG will be there, and UAC of this one. The P is actually written here. You can see the third arm here. The loop towards the third prime, here towards the third prime, and from here this loop, this green colored loop, it is called the T arm. So this T arm is also called GTPCG, or the P is actually written as phi. So this phi is the pseudouracil or pseudouridine. The phi written here, you can see, is the pseudouridine. So the T is the thymidine. This T is the thymidine near the pseudouracil. Then after that, the function of the T loop is, it is the ribosome recognition site. This is the ribosome recognition site. The loop opposite of this T loop is called the D loop. This one is the D loop, and it contains dihydroxyuracil, DIHU loop, also called as DIHU loop. It helps in amino acid recognition site. So it is the amino acid recognition site. Now talking about the ribosomal RNA. Actually, ribosomal RNAs is essential for protein synthesis, but very less is known about ribosomal RNA. So it is considered the largest RNA. Its structure is not fully understood. So it is they are necessary for ribosomal assembly, and they play a key role in the binding of mRNA to ribosomes. So coming to the next, that is the difference between RNA and DNA. RNA is mainly single-stranded, with some exceptions where it is double-stranded in viruses. The DNA is a double-stranded, and in some virus it is single-stranded. It is a ribose is a main sugar. Here deoxyribose is a main sugar. Pyrimidine components differ. that is thymine is never found, and thymine is always there, uracil is never found in DNA. Being single-stranded, it does not follow Chargaff's rule, but the DNA follows the Chargaff's rule. Okay, then come to RNA can be easily destroyed by alkalis. DNA cannot be destroyed because it has no functional group at the second prime position. RNA is relatively liable molecule. It undergoes spontaneous degradation. That means during the protein, when a protein is being synthesized, at that time one RNA contains structural genes, so it will produce only one protein. If the cell needs 100 of such proteins, then 100 of such RNAs will have to be produced to make 100 proteins. One RNA cannot make 100 proteins, so because it degrades. Mainly cytoplasmic, but also present in nucleus. It is present both in cytoplasm and nucleus, whereas DNA is present in the nucleus and in mitochondria. The base content varies from 100 to 500 by 5000. Then here the base are millions. Then the types of the various types of RNA are mRNA, tRNA, but DNA is always one type. No then many copies of RNA are present, but single copy of DNA is present. So thanking you. So best of luck.